Welcome to ENG 5205 Produce CAD Technical Drawing. I'm Dr. Vijay with you. This video illustrates creating 3D objects using the AutoCAD. I'll just share my screen. Now here you can see the AutoCAD screen. Okay. In the AutoCAD, this is the AutoCAD, and just I'll start this start drawing, and I'll explain the difference between 2D and 3D first. If you start drawing, it will open a new drawing. This is the old one. Just I'll start the new drawing. This is a drawing space normally we used to open. And here it creates only 2D object. By 2D object we can create by using the line, polyline, circle, arc, rectangle, ellipse, and all other different editing tools we use to create the 2D objects. But in today's class we are going to create the 3D object. How do you use the 3D object and where do you find the 3D modeling tool here? I'll show you. You have to go to the workspace. Go to the workspace, click the workspace, and you will see the various modeling tools. Here we are going to use the 3D modeling. The first thing, you have to create the 3D modeling. Open this 3D modeling. If you click the 3D modeling, now your ribbon is different. You can see the ribbon for 3D, it is different. Here you have the box, and if you click this arrow, you have different objects. You can see box, cylinder, cone, sphere, pyramid, wedge, torus. These are the 3D modelings, the shapes are given. Okay. And also you have other command like extrude, loft, revolve, sweep. And also you have some other options like press pull, and you have the polysolid. Okay. These are the shapes we are going to use for creating the 3D. This is the basic difference. In the 2D, we can see only the line, rectangle, ellipse, arc, all those the 2D commands. But here we are seeing all 3D commands. The 3D commands include the box, cylinder, cone, sphere, pyramid, wedge, torus, and we also have some extrude, loft, revolve, sweep tools, and we have the press pull tool. This is the press pull tool. Okay, we can use different tools to create the objects. If you want to know more about the particular tool, you can just keep your mouse on the top of that. You will see a description how to create each object. You can see this. Okay. And also you have other commands. You can see here solid union and subtract, solid intersect. Here you have interfere, and you have the slice, you have the thicken, and you have extract edges, and you have extrude faces, separate. All those different commands you have for editing tool. In other case, like in our 2D drawing, we have this kind of editing tools. Okay, mostly you will see the copy, and then we have the mirror, arc, trim, fillet, all those tools which we have it here. Also you find it in the 2D, because we are going to draw the 3D shapes by using the 2D commands also. We can also use the 2D commands to create the 3D. We'll see one by one how to create these objects and how to use the modify draw tools, because this without draw and modify tools you cannot completely create different objects of 3D. If it is a simple shapes, you can use this one. If it is a complicated shape, then you have to use both the 2D and 3D commands together to create a complicated objects. And here we have some more thing. Here you can see 2D wireframe and saved view, all those different views. Normally, when you want to draw the 3D drawing, we use the go to the view and use the SE isometric. This is the view. When you use this SE isometric, you can see this X, Y, and Z coordinates. Okay, before we saw only X and Y, but now you can see if you click this SE isometric, then you can see X, Y, and Z coordinate. You can also create the UCS icon. The UCS icon by clicking you can use, or you can see UCS icon. There also you can use show UCS icon, hide UCS icon. Okay, if you want to hide, you can hide. You can see there is no UCS icon. And if you want to show UCS icon at origin, you can see you can use different origin methods also. Okay, this is the basic about the 3D modeling. Now we will use different tools to see how to create a simple 3D objects. Here, just I will show you how to use each command. First one, I'm going to use the box tool. Okay, just to click the box. So before that, I'll just set the unit and limits. Go to the customize quick access toolbar and show menu bar, and then go to the format unit, and you can set the unit millimeter. Click OK, and then similarly go to format and go to the drawing limits. Lower limit is 0,0. You just type here 0,0, and the upper limit same 420, 297. 420, 297. Okay. Now again zoom all, so that you will get your workspace. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to create different objects. First, we go to the box tool. Just click this box, and you can see how to create the box. First, it shows box specify first corner. I'm just selecting any corner. Okay, and I can create the box area of cross section. Here, the area of cross section may differ. Let us say I'm going to draw for 200 millimeter, and if you use the tab tool, it will go to the next one. Tab. You can see the tab key in the keyboard. Just to click tab key, it will go to the other one. And let us say I need only 100. Okay, 200 by 100 square. And then you can use the mouse to move up or down. Let us say I need only 300 millimeter height. Okay, now you can see this is the 3D object, but it doesn't look like a 3D object, isn't it? We have used the same kind of object in the 2D isometric view. We have drawn the similar kind of object in 2D isometric view, but this is the 3D object. How do you find out the difference? You can go to the view. You can see here visual style. If you go to the visual style, and you can use the different visual style. You have the conceptual, just you try. This is the conceptual, and this is the hidden, and then this is the realistic. It looks like this. This is the realistic, and normally we use the shaded. This is the shaded one, and you have the shaded with edges. You can see shaded with edges. It clearly shows the edge and shade. Normally we use this shaded with edge or shade of gray, anything you can use. Okay, so that you will get a real feel of 3D objects. Okay, therefore this is the 3D box we have created. Now we will see how to create this cylinder. For the cylinder, we have to use either circle, 2-point, 3-point, anything you can use. You can see specify center point of the base, I'm just using this is the center point. Okay, whether you need radius or diameter, you can specify at the bottom. You can see here specify base radius. Let us say I'm going to give radius of 30 millimeter and the height of 100 millimeter. Okay, this creates the cylinder. The same cylinder we can create by using the diameter also. We will see how to do that. Click cylinder. I'm going to use the same type of cylinder here. And now you have to select the diameter. You have to select diameter in the command window. Just select diameter. And what is the diameter you care? Let us say I need only 80 millimeter diameter. I'm just selecting 80, and the height maybe 120. Okay. Now we can see if you want, you can also use this orbit to rotate and see. This is the baseline. From the baseline, we are drawing the various objects. Okay. And if you want to again bring back, you have to select SE isometric. Then it will come to the original position. Okay. Now we have completed box and cylinder. Next we will go to this cone. I'll show you how to create the cone. Select cone and select the base point. I'm selecting here and select the diameter or radius. The first one here, it is showing that specify base radius. It is a radius of 40 millimeter, and then height. You need to specify the height. The height, let us say it is 120 height I need. You can create the cone. And next I am going to use the same cone with the diameter. I am just creating the another cone and the diameter. Now we can choose the diameter. You can see the command window, select diameter and use the diameter. Let us say my diameter is 100, okay, and the height is 150. I can create another window. Use the shift key, and you can also rotate by using the shift key. Shift and center button also you can rotate. Okay. And I can just come back to the original view by using the SE isometric. Now I'm going to show you another option. I don't want exactly the cone. I need the frustum of cone. I'll show you how to use the frustum of cone. The frustum of cone has bottom radius and top radius also. We'll see how to do that. Click the cone and I choose center point here, and the bottom radius, let us say 100 is the radius, and the height, I can say the height. Instead of height, you can use the top radius. Go to the top radius, and here you can see the bottom radius I have given 100, top radius let us say 40 I need. Okay, and you can see now this is called frustum of cone. The height I am going to give you 100. Okay, now we can see the cone is having two edges on the top diameter and bottom diameter, or top radius or bottom radius. This is called the frustum of cone. We can also create. The next command we have seen so far: box, cylinder, cone. Next I'm going to use the sphere. How to use the sphere? Select sphere command, specify the center point and give the diameter or radius. The first one is a radius. I'm going to give the radius of 50, and it is created. But the difference is that if you turn this, you can see half of the sphere is created below the base point, below the base surface. Half is created the top surface, because the base point is in the same surface. Therefore, you can see the difference. Okay. If you want to move to the base, you have to move that one. You can also move this, just to select and move. Command move, and the displacement you have to give. x, y is the displacement you have to give, and x and y there is no displacement, therefore 0, 0, and y displacement, since we have entered 40, you can also move it 50 millimeters, so it will move up. Now we can see it has moved up. Okay, it is same colors. Go to isometry. Okay. This is called sphere option. And then next we'll go to this pyramid. Now I'll show you how to do the pyramid. Go to the pyramid, and first you have to specify the center point. I'm going to specify a center point here, and now you can see this sphere has how many edges? It has only 4 edges. Okay, this is the default option, has only 4 edges pyramid. You can also change the edges. I will tell you how to do that later. First we will see what is the edge, what is the radius. I'll specify a radius of 100, and the height, you can see the height I am say 150. Okay, now it has created the pyramid with the 4 edges or 4 sides. Okay, here this pyramid has only 4 sides. Now I need different sides. Let us say I need 6 or 8 sides. We can also do that. Just you click pyramid and select the center point, and now we can see base radius. So before that you have to go to pyramid, and you have to see the edges. Okay, before the center point you go to the edges. Okay, you select how many edges you want. Let us say I need 6 edges. I select 6 edge, and it will create, it is creating 4. So I'll select again, go to the side. I'm going to give you 6 sides. Okay, now you can see, now we have 6 sides. Before it was only 4 sides, now we have 6 sides. And the radius, I can give you 100 radius, and the height I'm going to give 150. Okay, now we can see there are 6 sides. Before it was only 4. This one has 4, but here we have 6 sides. Okay, we can do that by using 6-side method. Go to the SC isometric, and then use another method. Now I'm going to use the pyramid, but first term of pyramid also we can do that. Let us see how to do that. I'm going to use the pyramid, and let us say sides. Now I'm going to give 8 sides. Okay, 8 sides, and click here, and I'm going to use the base radius of 150, and the height, instead of height you can go to the top radius. You can see pyramid specify height. Go to the top radius, and the top radius, bottom radius 150. I'm going to give top radius as 50. Okay, now you can see this is called frustum of pyramid. I'm going to give 200 height. Okay, now this one has 8 edges. You can see the differences. This one has 4, and this one has 6, and this one has 8 edges. Okay, this 8 edges created the frustum of cone, because the top one is not like a cone, it is a frustum of pyramid. Again, I'm going to give you SC isometric. If you give SC isometric, means southeast isometric view, it will give you. Now next one, you can see the wedge. You click the wedges, and you can create the wedge by selecting the first corner. First use the first corner, and use this the bottom corner. The other corner you have to specify. Let us say the length is 100, and width also 150. Okay, and the height, now we need to specify the height of 100, let us say. Now this is called wedge. This is the wedge we have created. Okay, this similar wedges we can create. And then next, last one is the torus. Torus is like a donut. Okay, let us see how to create the torus. These are the different entities we are creating by using the 3D object. First, for torus, we need to specify the center point and make the radius. Radius, let us say 150 is the radius, and the other tube radius we need to give. Tube radius, let us say it is 30 millimeters a tube radius, and this is what we have created. This is the torus we have created. Okay. Therefore, now we have created different entities by using the commands here we have. Okay. Here we have box, cylinder, cone, sphere, pyramid, wedge, and torus. So we have created all these different types of object. Now we can also see the extrude command. Here we have another command called extrude. Okay, this extrude will be much useful for creating the complex shapes. Let us see how to do that. Now I'm going to create a shape of anything. Just I'll create some shapes, and then we can do the extrude command. Let us see how to do that. Now I'm using the first point, and I'm going to use this ortho mode, and here let us say this is 100, and this one 100, and here 100, and this side 100, this side 100, and this side 100, and then this one exactly same as this. It is normally it is 300, right? 300, and join this. Okay, now I want to use this same object, this looking like a 2D. Okay, now we want to make it a extrude, and same 3D object. You can use the extrude command and select. Here this is not a single line. First you have to join these all lines. For that you can go to the, you can see here, join. Okay, go to the modify tool and select join, and select all objects, so that it will create a single object. After creating a single object, you can go to the extrude and select, enter. You can see now it is extruded, and you can specify the height. Let us say my height is 200. Okay, now you can see this is the use of extrude command, because this kind of things we cannot use these different entities. These are the 3D entities we cannot use for complicated shapes like this. In this case, you can use the extrude command. Similarly, you can use the loft, revolve, and sweep. For revolve command also, we can use. Okay, because they have to use the revolve command. Okay, for revolve command, you have to use the center point. Let us say I'm going to use a rectangle. Okay. This is a rectangle, and you can.
Sir,
Yeah. Yes. Please tell me.
why don't put for me 90?
For 3D modeling.
Yeah, the last one we submitted last week, activity 3.
Yeah, that depends on how much you have completed, what are the mistakes you have. Okay, it depends. You got
Okay.
97, 94, and I have not restricted the marks for only for 80 or 90. I am giving the
Wallah, you are
maximum
good.
mark. Yeah, thank
The
you.
next assessment when it will be?
I'll tell you because I need to first explain this 3D modeling. You need some practice. After practice, I'll give you the assignment. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now for the next one is the revolve command. If you use the revolve command, you can use this one. Select the object and select the point to revolve. Okay, you can see this is the revolve command. This angle you can mention 360 degree. If you mention 360 degree, it will create a full object. This is the revolve command. And similarly, you can use the different command. Loft command also you can use. by using two different edges. You can use loft command. Okay. And you also have the sweep command. Anything you can use. If you want to use the sweep command, let us say I'm using the same object, and now I'm going to use the sweeping line. Let's say 100, and this side 150. Sorry. I'm going to use the sweeping line from here. I'm going to use 300, and this side 150. Okay. Now you can use this sweep. Select object, and sweep path we can select. A single mode, you can use the join command and join these two lines. Now let us see, if you want to use the sweep, select line, select the line to sweep. It has created sweeping line. We can use any sweeping line. Okay. These are the basics about the 3D modeling. Okay. By using the various 3D entities, by using various press pull options, we can use. Okay. And we also have some other options called press pull. Okay. Instead of the extrude, we can also use the press pull. Let us see how to use the press pull. I'll show you. The press pull option will extrude, will delete some of the portions. Let us see how to do that. I'm going to draw a rectangle here. Okay, but just for any size I'm going to use. Now if you use the press pull, okay, use this, and if you bring it down, you can use this. Okay. This is also creating the press pull option. Okay. Now if you want to delete some of the portion, you can use this subtract. You can go to the subtract, solid subtract, select the solid to use and select solid to subtract. You can see now it is subtracted. You can delete this bit. Okay, you can use the subtract. Similarly, if you want to join some two objects together, we can also use that one. I'll show you how to use that. Now I'm going to create another object here, and then I will join. Select, I'll create one more object here, and then I'll extrude for 150, and then now I'm going to join these two objects, this one and this one. First I'll move that. Go to the move and select the edge, and I'm going to move this to here. Now we moved this object, but it is not joined because we have two different objects here. Now if you want to join these two objects, you have to select the solid union. Select solid and select two objects and then join. I think there's some mistake. Okay, I have selected two objects now by using the shift key and then click enter. It is joined. You can see there is no line here. That means it is joined as a single object. Before, this object and this object were two different objects. Now we joined together. Okay. Similarly, we can also do the intersect object. If you want to use the intersect object, I'll just show you how to do that. I'll export this object 150. It is in different places. Okay, just I need to move this one, move this. Now you can see these two objects only intersecting points I need. How to do that? Go to the intersect. This will create only intersecting points. Select the object and select another object by using the shift key and do that. Now you can see all other things have gone, only the intersecting point is there. Okay, this is called intersecting object. For we have seen the basic things here by using the 3D entities, by using the extrude, revolve, sweep command, by using the press pull command. We have seen press pull command also. And these are the various modified draw tools also we have seen, and we have seen the union, subtract and intersect solid. Hope this video is useful for you. Thank you.